Dirty Sports Podcast. I said, welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast with Andy Ruther and Joe Prano. Welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast.
Welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Andy Ruther, coming to you live from Cincinnati, Ohio, with my co-host from Port Hueneme, California, Joey No Chill Prano.
Hello, Andy.
Good morning.
Morning.
Oh, Monday morning, week 2.
Monday.
Yeah, a little, getting a little. Not too much, I'm not gonna say totally. A little clarity on maybe the NFL season, which we'll obviously jump into.
You're getting clarity already.
Not clarity, but just a temperature check.
Okay.
That's probably a better way to phrase it. And
what's the
temperature check in Cincinnati is brr.
Oh no, he came out with this.
No, I do not. None of us. We do not.
I was about to say, Andy, I mean, this is not the week for it. We're going to call your employer. You think it's funny? Somebody has turf toe? Think that's funny?
I don't think it's funny.
Think that's funny, you ghoul?
I don't think it's funny.
He'll survive the turf toe.
I don't think it's funny. Well, it's funny. It's funny. Actually, speaking of funny, I texted.
In the good old days, that would be a Ruther Club. I don't think it's funny. It's funny. It's funny.
The Andy Ruther person says, "Oh, it's not good. I don't like injuries to good players, great players, whatever it is." The Andy Ruther bank account says, "Well, I might make a few bucks on some of these."
Here's what I'm gonna say to you in that regard. I've always liked this kid who's his backup. I think you got yourself.
Well, I'm glad you
got yourself a Jeff Hostetler situation.
Well, I was gonna say I'm glad you're going there because I am ready to agree. I'll say this much about Jake Browning. They went 4-3 as a starter on those 7 games he missed 2 years ago, including yesterday and including when he went down against Baltimore 2 years ago. They're 5-4. I have been the most critical guy of Zach Taylor, but I will say this. He calls a much better game with Jake Browning. He just does. I think he's a better coach. I'll just say it. With his backup.
There's no argument that Jake Browning's better than Joe Burrow. Let's just start there, right?
Yeah, for sure.
There's no argument that like the idea that the Bengals can continue to win football games or whatever, and that even the coach is better or doing something different. Like that nothing, none of that takes away from anything Burrow does. No one thought to this day, no Giants fans think Jeff Hostetler was better than Phil Simms.
Yeah.
It's just that sometimes I think, especially in the NFL, I mean, fucking look at the fucking Eagles. Sometimes in the NFL, people overthink it. And you don't really need all of these like spider 2 wide banana, like just if you're more talented, sometimes you kind of got to dial it back to college football style. The Eagles are, essentially a 90s college football powerhouse at this point. They're going into halftime up, essentially dominating the game. Jalen Hurts has 50 passing yards or whatever. So the Bengals have a good team. They certainly have enough weapons. I mean, if you're talking about in this situation where your quarterback goes down, all of a sudden you're like, well, I guess it's good we overpaid some receivers.
Yeah.
But listen, you can go back. You can go back to the Russell Wilson signing. You can go back to the Jameis Winston signing. And you can go and you can hear me say the people who said, well, who the fuck else were we going to get? I was like, how about Jake Browning for like a draft pick or less money? Like, he's proven he's a competent NFL backup. And I think that's the thing is when you dial it back now and you just start going, let's just win football games any way we can. Who cares? And that should always be the attitude in the end. There is no ranking system. You don't have to go out there and beat, the College of the Pacific by 59 to show everybody you're good. If you win every single game by 1 point, you still go undefeated. You still get the 1 seed. There's no like, well, this team was blowing teams out, so they're the real 1 seed. I think they're going to be fine. In saying that, I didn't really have them in the conversation of like real, like my real Super Bowl contenders with Joe Burrow.
Same.
But so I really don't, as far as like where I have the Bengals, they really didn't slide to a different tier for me.
Yeah, I agree. Like I agree. I mean, look, their defense wasn't good last year. The defense doesn't look good this year. I agree. Like when you talk about dumbing it down in college, they literally did that. Like they hit Chase on the quick, just basically out of the backfield right away. He broke all these like Chase had 15 catches for I think 160 yards yesterday. They were basically saying we're going to get him and Higgins the ball. Now he threw 3 interceptions in 3 quarters. So like
it's almost like, dude, when I play my it's almost like when I play my nephew in Madden, which I haven't played in 20 years with any regularity. I just immediately go, I'm going to run the 3 plays that I still remember from the original Madden. And I'm fucking sick and tired of you hitting that one guy. And I'm like, yeah, well, it's the only play I know.
Well, that's the thing. Like I said, he threw 3 picks, but he also led a 15-play, 90-yard game-winning touchdown drive.
Yeah.
Basically, his time expired. So it's like, you got to give credit where credit's due. Yeah, like I had a diehard buddy who's like, I think they can go 8-7. And I was like, you think I'm going to argue with you with that? Like, I'm not.
Right.
I was like, I'm actually not. I said, with those weapons, you start 2-0, which helps big time. I was like, you go to Minnesota next week. Minnesota has looked terrible offensively.
Yeah.
But to kind of bring it back to Burrow, it's just, we've said it. I literally looked it up. I titled an episode from December of 21, the year they made the Super Bowl. Joe Burrow is the next Andrew Luck because he was already having, this is his 3rd major injury in 6 years.
He's going to be the GM at LSU. The GM.
I mean, we both agree, right? Like the injury, when you have the injury bug early on.
I like how you're comparing turf toe to me having a spinal separation.
It doesn't get better as you age.
No.
Like, I mean, you can name the guys, the Romos. I looked up because I was like, I feel like Aaron Rodgers is somewhat been injury prone. But then I looked it up. I was like,
I don't think that's true.
It's not.
Yeah.
Because in my head, I go, I know he's had some major injuries, but then I was like, wait a second. His first major injury was his 5th year as a starter. He's basically had 3 or 4 seasons out of like 18 as a starter where he's had to miss 8 or 9. It's like, so it's just not true. So like if you're, here's my thing. There's so many things to blame. The O-line, a lot of people want to blame the turf. Burrow doesn't get rid of the ball too quickly. It's like, I don't know. I'm not saying this is a direct result of him, but look, when you say pay my 2 guys, and Hendrickson and Gesicki, who the fuck's blocking for you, bro?
Right.
Who's blocking for you?
But also, I think that the weird thing with like injury prone in sports across the board is I feel like people kind of like connect it to you being like sort of a wimp or a pussy or whatever.
Oh yeah, by the way, and I'm not. I
It's
think
like,
I'm not doing that at all.
or I'll even say maybe a better way to describe it is this. I think that people describe people who don't get injured as tough and like Iron Man and like whatever. And it's like both of those ideas are kind of wrong. And the truth is, some people just don't, like when I was a kid, there was always the kid who had like a broken arm and a broken wrist and whatever. Like I didn't break anything until I was in my 20s. And even now, I broke my knee when I was in my 40s. I broke 2 things in my whole life, like, and then there's some kids that just like break, like it just, he's a delicate boy, and that's okay.
Yeah, it's just, all these injuries are different, which definitely shows he's obviously injury prone. Let me just pull up this graphic I saw. And again, I'm definitely critical of the O-line situation. It's not fully to blame. This is a damning stat, though, that Adam Schefter posted this morning. Bengals pass pro ranks since they drafted Burrow, which is the pass block win rate per ESPN research. So in his 6 seasons, which is including the first 2 games this year, out of 32 teams, they're 29th, 30th, 30th, 27th, 32nd, and 28th. So, I mean, the stats don't. He's never had a good O-line, ever. Yep. Ever. It's not a good recipe to win, especially in, again, a division where, like you're in the AFC North, man. You got Myles Garrett, you got TJ Watt, you got all the guys on the Ravens whose defense is
you also have franchises, and I know that this can be something that like shifts for a moment here and there, but a lot of times these franchises, even though the players shuffle in and out, there's no link from the 85 Bears to the current Bears or whatever, but it instills this idea that like this is the kind of football we play. We're a defensive football team.
Not anymore. We'll get to the Bears later, by the way. Not anymore.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying the idea that that's like. I mean, look at look at the Bears decisions the last couple of years. It was almost like they kept making decisions over and over and over again to try to get away from that idea because they've been bad. They're like, if a guy's not being described as an offensive genius, we don't want him because like this whole idea of we play smash mouth football, where has it gotten us lately? Whereas like you can see, like think about like the Rams, man. The Rams, like you go back to the Rams, you go Eric Dickerson, you go the greatest show on turf, you go Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay, like they're West Coast, like it's always been like we're offense
flashy.
And in the AFC North, I think every single one of the teams, except maybe the Bengals, would be like, we've always been like a lunch pail football team. AFC North, the division of defense, and the steel curtain, and the dog pound, and Ray Lewis murdering people.
Yeah, and we're gonna run the ball.
Yeah,
and they've done the exact opposite. Again, there's so many factors. They just don't run the ball. He refuses to get in shot or in under center. It's shotgun. It's pass, and you're just setting yourself up. I do have to share this. So many people DM me this. While it's not true, it is funny. This video of him walking to the locker room, he needed help. Was
over the years, Browning specifically has that experience in the.
So Burrow's walking off the field. He needs 2 guys to help him, and somebody posted with the caption on Twitter. Fun fact, the Cincinnati Bengals are the only team in the NFL who doesn't have a John Deere-style gator cart for stadium maintenance or helping injured players off the field. Instead of spending $10K on a cart, we do this with $275 million, wasting Joe Burrow. Now, it was a joke. 2.4 million views. A lot of people took it seriously. Everybody, guys, this is a joke, just so everybody knows. It's not true. It is funny, though. like it's funny. It's like classic Bengals. I don't
Now,
know.
if you just go back to that video for a second, I mean, yeah, I'm sure they do have a cart. They're also walking. Is that like a bar? Like what is that? Like what are they walking by there? Is that like a?
I don't know.
I mean, it's certainly not a tunnel that goes directly to their locker room. It's just like people hanging out. Honey, you want a soda on your way through? You don't look so good. Need a ginger ale?
Oh man. I do wonder in this situation if there's a point. I had this discussion with my brother and a buddy this morning. The text, if there's a point, if it's now the pulling an Eli, pulling a John Elway, if there's a regret. And I was like, dude, we've discussed this on Dirty Sports. The 5 on my list. If I'm the top dog, the 5 teams on my list, I'm saying no. I'm not playing for you. Bengals, Browns, Lions, Jets, maybe Jags. To make it 5, I'll throw in Jags. Like those are my 5 teams. I'm just saying I don't want to play for your organization.
Yeah.
And to be honest, probably the Bears. You could add a 6th at this point with quarterback.
Yeah. Listen, if you're a quarterback, there's an argument for it. If you're a quarterback, there's also an argument for the opposite. That maybe the Bears play defense and all I got to do is win games, and it is the marketing capital of America, and blah blah
True.
blah blah blah. And at least they have natural grass.
Yeah. Did you see? Speaking of the AFC North, did you see what happened during the Steelers kickoff?
No.
Bro. Do you know the new rule changes?
I 100% did, and I almost tweeted it, and I almost texted it to you. I 100% saw what you're talking about, and I've said this forever, and now I'm sure you can't make this joke because people would be upset, but coaching special teams must be like teaching special needs. Just
by the way, a lot of people made that joke yesterday.
Yeah. It's like, how is, I get it that they're not like your starter play. Like, how is, I would just, my first day of training camp would just be teaching the special teams rules, when you can touch the ball, what you can't touch the ball. It would be like a driver's test. You can't step on the field with a helmet and pads for practice until you pass the driving test. And the only people who can opt out of the driving test is like the 3 guys on the team that'll never step foot. I'm talking about the starting quarterback. Backup quarterback, you might have to hold. You see the bad snaps go awry on like extra points or on field goals.
Yeah.
And the guy picks it up and then he just runs, and there's no one. There's never like a fire call. The end of the line guys never like break out for a pass. Like you're like, oh, we just had no plan whatsoever that if there's a bad snap, just eat the football and we don't get any points. I would make my players take a driving test style quiz, and you can only practice day 1 of camp if you pass the special teams test.
I mean, look, I'm going to play a couple clips from yesterday.
How about this? He also touched the ball.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, here it is. So the kickoff goes. It goes. Let me go back with sound. That'll probably help.
Offense and go win some of these fourth quarter tight ball games.
Oh, bad bounce goes through the hands of Caleb Johnson. He may have touched that ball. That would be a live ball. Let's see what the ruling is here. It is a touchdown. It's a touchdown.
Let me ask you something. How is it a touchdown now?
That's what I'm confused on too.
The guy never had possession of the ball. If he did have possession of the ball, he was out of bounds.
I feel like nobody was talking about that.
I know. If he did have possession of the ball, he was out of bounds. If he didn't have possession of the ball, then he tossed it inbounds and the Steelers guy gets on it.
So let's watch it.
That ball, that would be a lot.
Is just him being here, is that considered possession?
I don't know. Like, dude, when you look at the possession rules in the end, when you look at the way they treat possession in the NFL, you think he had that ball totally secured right there? And if he did, why'd he toss it?
Yeah.
That would be a live ball. Let's see what the ruling is here. It is a touchdown. It's a touchdown.
I feel like the refs were like, we're not doing this.
I mean, you talk about, right, Seattle's up a field goal. You have 13 minutes left in the game, basically. I mean, it changed the entire game.
Oh, Seattle gets the score.
Even the refs like, oh, Seattle gets, or I'm sorry, the announcer. I was watching this live, right? It was
Yeah,
one of
me
the games,
too.
And I was like, what is happening?
Ruling on the field, the ball hit in the landing zone on a kickoff. Somebody's got to cover it for the receiving team. It was recovered by the kicking team.
And here it is. Bro, it hits off your helmet. What are you doing?
This is the guy from the Niners in the NFC Championship game against the Giants all over again. This is when a defensive back clearly traps an interception, and yet we still have to see you guys. And I now have to watch you and the 10 other guys on your defense run 60 yards to the opposing end zone and take a team picture of you guys looking like you're posing with a fucking trophy for Pee-wee basketball, even though you very well knew you dropped it. What are we doing here? If you think you might have touched the ball, just jump on it.
Yeah, just jump on it.
But also know the rules. You just thought that ball's in the end zone and now it's there forever. And guess what? The NFL sucks because they change the goddamn special teams rules and the kickoff rules every damn week. But every time you have to pass your driver's test. You're not allowed to be on my football team if you don't know the special teams rules.
Yeah. I know. Well, did you see what happened at the end of the Denver-Indianapolis game?
Yeah.
I'll play this. I don't really understand this one. It's another one where I'm like, what? Like we're calling a penalty on this? Let's pull it up here.
This is what I'm saying, that the special teams rules change all the time because they stupidly have convinced themselves all the brain injuries and stuff happen on weird kicking things. No,
they happen when an O lineman and D lineman hit each other every single play. That's where it happens. Jason Kelsey's brain is mush. It's mush. It's just mush. Sorry. That's how it's going to be. Okay, so Colts are lining up 60-yard field goal, which, by the way, I want to talk about some of the coaching decisions. I didn't understand this game. I didn't understand. They were basically settling for a 60-yarder. I was like, I didn't understand. To me, it's guys are kicking. Now, guys are making more 50-yarders than ever the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I saw a stat on that. But still, settle for this. This is what happens.
Rhodes will snap. Sanchez will hold. And the kick is no good. Denver's going to win. Denver's going to win.
The Colt falling down.
Is there a penalty down in the middle of the field?
This is a wild penalty.
Oh, my goodness.
They must have touched the center because the center, let's see.
And what's wild to me here, Brandon, it's a 15-yarder.
Rhodes is saying that he was hit.
Yeah.
At least that's what he's signaling to the sideline.
Watch this, because I don't understand. It's something. Is it something about leverage?
Yeah. The center's got his head down. And they made a rule a couple years ago where you essentially can't touch the center at all because his head is down. And so using
you can't even touch him.
Basically, because his head's down, and so no matter what, you're on top, you're essentially on top of him. Now, let's compare that.
Can I hear what the rest says?
Go ahead.
Leverage. Defense number 96.
Yeah, leverage. Let me see the replay.
Oh, my goodness.
Look at Bo Nix.
Bo Nix is like, I haven't seen that since the 1996 Sugar Bowl I played in.
Can we get the eye black under control? Have you seen JJ McCarthy?
Yeah.
He's basically blackface. JJ McCarthy is going Ted Danson when he did that thing with Whoopi Goldberg back in the day, he's like full blackface.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? QB's the eye. Just take it down a notch with the eye back, fellas. Here it is.
Well, it's right in the middle here. You see the leverage jumping over the top.
You can't do that.
You can't use a player below you to push yourself up in any
That's
way.
not a little penalty. That's 15-yard penalty.
Okay, so then he drains it, and then literally it's a walk-off win.
Now, the reason that you can't do that, Andy, is it's pretty, listen, they got their heads down and whatever, and it's pretty dangerous. Now, cut to the Eagles. It's their only play. It's their only play. They have one play. It's called reverse leverage, and they're allowed to jump off sides. So 1/2 second before the ball is snapped, they're going to put their head down and force you in a position of leverage. And then if you want to tackle the quarterback who's going below them, you have to participate in the play that they do 7 times a game that the NFL has deemed fully illegal on anything where there's a ball being kicked. Make that make sense.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. Sorry, I'm looking for it. I think, you know what? I have been the tush push advocate. I have been the number one tush push advocate.
It's called the butt fuck, Andy.
I don't know if I can do it anymore.
This is what broke you.
Well, it was just obviously
now that they're going off sides on every play.
That was the thing yesterday, and there's just too many screenshots, and you're saying, guys, like your center's literally over the ball. And I think it was Dean Blandino was like, I can't, like, I'm over. He started just said on air during the game. He's like, I'm over this. Like, they don't know where the ball is. Like, there's nothing you can. There's nothing you can. You can't see anything. There's too many things going on here.
Also, now here's something that's fun: is like in week 1 of the Giants game, on almost not on back-to-back plays, maybe it was back-to-back possessions, or it was sometime in the same possession. Brian Burns got his arms around Jaden Daniels in the pocket, and they immediately blew it dead. They're like, we're not doing this thing where you then get a chance to take him down. Meanwhile, I'm like, hey, this is the NFL. Like, him taking that hit is part of the game and is part of like their momentum. Like, there's a different momentum when you take a quarterback to the ground than when there's a whistle blown while he's still standing up. There's a different momentum. Jaden Daniels is going to have a different attitude toward standing back there in the pocket if he actually takes hits as opposed to just gets wrapped up and they blow the whistle. So in the pocket now, you can't be wrapped. You can't be thrown to the ground. You can't even essentially be tackled if your momentum is stopped. They're like, he's never going to go forward, so we have to blow the whistle. Meanwhile, forward progress on Jalen Hurts stops every snap. And then there's a 1/2 second where after that forward progress is stopped, huge people come in and leverage him in the back. It's insane. So we're protecting the quarterback. Unless you're doing damage to your own quarterback, then we're not protecting him.
I mean, look at this right here. Look at this. This screen grab.
Yeah.
This center is, they're literally almost touching helmets.
I'm going to my car. I'm getting my gun. Everybody off sides.
White man can't jump reference there. I mean,
who's offsides in this screenshot? Literally the entire football field.
Like, come on, what are we doing here? Did you see the exchange? Hey, here's what I'll say though. Yeah, I definitely am turning on the tush push. But my love, I said this last episode, I think my love of Jalen Hurts is growing though, even though like he's not, like, statistically. Did you see this exchange with Chris Jones?
No.
Trash talking?
No.
It's the very end of the game. It's captioned up, so you know what they're saying.
Start to the season. Meanwhile, the Chiefs
So Chris Jones says, you don't even have 100 yards.
2-0 start to the season. Meanwhile, the Chiefs are about to start 0-2.
And Jalen Hurts says, we won the fuck. What does he say? We won the fucking game. Shut your ass up.
Yeah.
I kind of love it. I'm not going to lie. I kind of love it. Like, just because everything I've seen Jalen Hurts say, it's like he's not out there for the he knows.
Yeah, it's great.
He's like, we won the game. Like, they dominated that whole game. Now Travis Kelce had some huge drops. The one that turned into an interception.
He didn't drop that bag though. No. He's a fucking Monopoly character with 2 sacks of gold.
Are we worried
About the Chiefs? I guess the question would be, what's worried? Am I worried they're going to miss the playoffs? No.
Yes, that's the question.
I'm not worried about that. No.
Me either. So let me pull it up then, because I have this to discuss on the rundown. So we both agree they're going to make the playoffs. So of the 0-2 teams,
Mm-hmm.
the Chiefs are the only ones I think we're going to agree make the playoffs. Jets, Dolphins, Browns, Titans, Chiefs, Giants, Bears, Saints, Panthers. What do you think the Chiefs make the playoffs?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's it.
So we agree. That's it. Now, do any of the 2-0 teams not make the playoffs?
Interesting.
Yeah. Bills, Bengals, Colts.
Hold on. Bills, Bengals, Colts.
Eagles,
Uh-huh.
Packers, Niners, Cardinals, and Rams. You got 3 in the NFC West.
Certainly one of them's got to not make it. I still think your Bengals make it but they're certainly questionable without a quarterback. So I think they're questionable. I think the Rams make it. I think only one of the Niners cards make it. Everybody's on this Cardinals team. I'm not. But also Brock Purdy's hurt. So,
he has a toe injury too, right?
yeah.
Yeah, of the 2-0 teams, I'll probably tend to agree. Look, I'd argue the Colts are the most surprising.
Colts are the most surprising, but they're also in the AFC South. And they could certainly blow it. It could still. I mean, we'll see a lot from the Texans tonight.
Well, I sent you this last night. This is a wild stat. This is an insane stat. The Colts streak of 10 consecutive drives scoring. So the first 10 drives of the season were all scoring drives. It's the longest streak to start a season in NFL history. With Daniel Jones.
Danny drives.
Is this kind of the makings of like the rebirth of a Sam Darnold type in Minnesota season, do we think? Baker Mayfield, Bucks, I don't know.
I mean, listen, I think Sam Darnold, Daniel Jones is a different quarterback than those guys.
For sure.
And so, you're talking about Jonathan Taylor, defense, run the ball. Like, listen.
No turnovers, Joe.
He could just as easily go, yeah, we won the fucking game. Shut your ass up. Like
he could.
He
threw for 300 yards there yesterday.
No, I know. I'm just saying there's a part of this, and this is what I've said about quarterbacks all the time. By the way, I've gotten no apologies from one person DM me and was like, your refusal to ever turn on Daniel Jones is looking pretty good. And I was like, what do you want me to say? Like,
I thought he sucked. I was wrong.
But here's the thing.
I thought he sucked. He looks good.
Here's the thing. The thing about turning on Daniel Jones is, I mean, I definitely turned from thinking he was going to be great, but I'll never turn on a guy that plays quarterback in the NFL and say he fucking sucks when he has only had the shit situation. When he's only had this shit situation, I'm just like, I'm not gonna. And I mean, you can go back to the Ryan Fitzpatrick argument we had. I mean, Ryan Fitzpatrick's career was dumpster fire Bills, dumpster fire, Rams, dumpster fire, whatever. And then the crux of that argument was like he got on a Jets team with a halfway decent defense. He won 10 games. They still haven't won 10 games since. Kyle just gave up and got that tattoo. So the idea that like, oh, you never gave up on Daniel, like, why would I? His team fucking stunk. And they're doing this isn't the blueprint for when your quarterback's not Patrick Mahomes. This isn't the blueprint for when you don't have elite wide receivers. This is the blueprint to win in the NFL. Run the ball, play defense, don't turn the ball over. That's the fucking blueprint.
By the way, Ryan Fitzpatrick taking some shots at Shedeur Sanders.
Wow.
I don't know if you saw this.
I didn't. Is it about the Ravens thing?
Yeah. So it leaked that, which is wild to me. Like,
yeah,
this is an insane story.
Now you're backing up Joe Flacco.
Yeah. According to reports, the Ravens wanted to draft Shedeur Sanders, but he didn't want to go to a place where he'd be competing and backing up Lamar Jackson. So you go from, again, like a pillar organization, right? I think we agree that like the Ravens have their shit together. They have for years. They're always competing for Super Bowls. But you didn't want to be Lamar's backup. Now you're third on the depth chart of the Browns.
And you're backing up the backup to the guy who had to leave Baltimore because he couldn't beat out Lamar Jackson.
So many storylines here. Ryan Fitzpatrick quote posted that story yesterday. I mean, he's spot on here. I guess there's a first time for everything. Never heard of a 5th round draft pick telling teams, no, I'd rather play on your team. He's right. A 5th round, like, that's wild. Dude, you ended up on the Browns as a 3rd stringer.
And honestly, what better situation to be in if you're not going to start than backing
up Lamar.
Yeah.
I agree.
I wouldn't say they have similar styles of play per se, but
no.
like you can, quarterback that runs like that. And again, no, not rooting for injuries. It's bound to happen. It's happened before.
Well, and also I would say, at least from the outside that you've seen, I think Harbaugh's always had a good relationship with his QBs. Like, he's known to have their back. He's known to, obviously, from Flacco to Lamar. It's like that's what he's known for. Obviously, he's both Harbaugh brothers are not scared to make the decisions. I mean, you've seen it.
Yeah.
One went from Alex Smith to Colin Kaepernick. One went from Flacco to Lamar. Like, they're not scared to make tough decisions with their QBs. It's just like, dude, what are you thinking? What is your team thinking?
Well, also,
Dion, where are you at that? Where's Dion at that?
They were talking about him being drafted, in the 2nd round or something like that?
No, this is the 5th round.
Oh, they were going to take him in the 5th. The Ravens were going to take him in the 5th round?
That's why Fitzpatrick said, I've never heard this, a 5th round draft pick telling teams.
Yeah, I thought he had turned down the idea of going there earlier.
No.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I know. It is crazy. And look where it got you, man. Like, talk about a fumble. Back to Daniel Jones real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I am enjoying, truthfully, I've watched both their games a lot, like a lot of those games. I don't know. I am a sucker. Call me like a romantic, whatever the word you want to use. Like, I do love the, like, down, and then you're like the guy, the rebirth story, whatever you want to call it.
I mean, he's a comeback player of the year. If you want to get value on it, get it now, right?
Yeah. 5 total touchdowns, no turnovers in 2 games. And their defense plays when they have to. So, good job letting that guy go, Bengals. Maybe it wasn't, again, maybe it wasn't the coach. Maybe the players suck. Now it is weird that their owner has a headset. The female owner is listening. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
It's bizarre.
I'm assuming she's just listening to like Chapel Roan or something like that. She's just like Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep my hands in it. Pink Pony Club. It's like when you give. It's like how Maggie Simpson has a steering wheel.
Yeah, that's actually the best analogy. That's a great analogy. Like, you think she's hearing plays and she knows what they're talking about?
So like if she logged in and some intern's like, you're gonna love this, guys. So I used AI to just do a supercut of John Madden or of John Gruden on QB. She's just hearing a guy say spider too wide banana like basically repeatedly. Tell me what you're thinking here. Go and draw me that play. Draw that up for me.
I mean, look, Jim Irsay we know has a history. Like, he's got a history of some things. I think what she's doing is more bizarre than anything he's ever done. I think it's,
Well,
dude, if you
he did dig tunnels out under a neighborhood so that he can move.
set up a harem, okay,
Yeah.
whatever. I just, dude, if I saw like Jerry Jones, if I saw Jerry Jones on the Cowboys sideline with headphones on, eating a salted McGriddle, like, what are we doing here, bro? We just got to that part.
His headset just goes directly to a McDonald's drive-thru. Like, more salt on the McGriddles. What are we doing here? More salt on the McGriddles. Don't give me this, corporate that. This is my McDonald's. Salt them up.
Dude, I just got to the part. I'm again, it's the 8-part documentary on the Cowboys is insane, but I'm on the episode where they had basically, I don't even know what you want to call it, a fuck house.
Oh,
yeah.
Michael, the White House.
What's that? The White House. I didn't know about this. How did you know about this?
I don't know how you didn't know about that. That's
Michael,
that was the most Andy Ruther story back in the day.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what are we talking, dude? 94, 95. I don't know. I'm 12, 13 years old. Maybe I missed that in the news. I'm just like, this is insane. I got to go back. I fell asleep the other night, but I was like, Michael Irvin's he's wild.
Yeah.
Which gets us to the game yesterday, Joe. You know, you went on this rant. You just basically eviscerated Russell Wilson's entire career, and then he throws for 450 yards.
Well, you titled an episode this the other day, and I don't even know where it came from. It didn't even feel like it came from a conversation we had in that episode. I think you titled it Russell Wilson is Carmelo Anthony.
Well, I know I did. It was said.
Okay, it was said,
and maybe then we have a call. We have a call about it,
and then maybe I referenced it in terms of like I'm essentially rooting against him at this point.
You did reference it. Well, obviously it wasn't me.
Anyway, Carmelo Anthony was recently inducted in the NBA Hall of Fame. I'm sure they showed a lot of highlights from the 62-point game he scored against the Charlotte Hornets in a year where they were a fucking lottery team.
I mean, we're not going to give Russ any credit.
It
was a fun game.
It was a fun game. It was a fun game that ended with Russ throwing the ball directly to the other team for absolutely no reason.
Yeah, that was a fuck it. Malik Neighbors is down there somewhere type of play.
But the whole game the whole game in a way was fuck it, Malik Neighbors or Robinson are down there somewhere. The sad part about the game and the outcome and the whole thing is the Giants have not been able to get vertical since Eli Manning left. Really, since the later stages of Eli Manning's career. Yesterday, they could only get vertical. Russell Wilson is throwing balls behind guys on, 3rd and 3, wide open slants. They can't convert. So he's getting huge chunk plays going vertical with the fuck it and chuck it, but no sustained drives, missing on the little things. A buddy of mine said, "Oh, looks like we're stuck. Looks like we were wrong. We're stuck with Russ." I was like, the Cowboys, and you can look at the Cowboys got no pressure, which is the entire
no pressure.
They should go out and get one of the elite pass rushers in the game. Do whatever it takes. Find one. But which is always my thing. You could talk a lot about this guy and this guy and this guy does this and this guy does this and if there's one thing I've been consistent on the entire time, it's Russell Wilson holds the ball too long and Russell Wilson doesn't know what the fuck to do when he's pressured. I'm not saying Russell Wilson's incompetent. I'm not saying Russell Wilson is unable to throw the ball long. He's one of the great long ball throwers in the history of the game. And he played well in a game where he was never pressured. He did a lot of fuck it and chuck it because he is a great deep ball thrower and he wasn't pressured. So they had time to let the guys get downfield. And then he threw on directly to the other team to end the game.
Well, look, man, it was obviously a back and forth game. The lack of defense, I can't get over. I'm sure you thought the same. That final drive for the Cowboys to tie. It's just, how many years are we going to say this? They worry so much about giving up the home run touchdown. You're just going to give them easy 20, 15-yard chunk plays?
Or at the end, you're going to give them an easy 7-yard run that makes it like a 64-yard field goal instead of a 71-yard field goal?
Yeah. It's just mind-boggling, some of these decisions these coaches make. You probably weren't watching any of the Jags-Bengals game. I've never seen anything like this. The Jags are driving. Jags are up 3. There's 3 and change. There's 3:30 to go. It's 4th and 5 from, I think it was the Bengals 10. You're okay, kick a field goal. Bengals have a backup quarterback who's already thrown 3 interceptions, right, Prano?
Yeah.
You go up 6. You're going to say, you got to beat me with a touchdown, man.
Yep.
The coach goes for it on 4th and 5.
Yeah.
And I'm incomplete pass. You know how momentum is real. The whole energy, right, probably of the team, the stadium shifts. Browning goes down, drives 90 yards, game-winning touchdown. It's just, again, some of these decisions these coaches make, you just go, what are you doing?
Is Jake Browning John Moxon from fucking Varsity Blues? Joe Burrow is the fucking Joe Burrow is Paul Walker.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace to both of them.
Moxie. You know what? That actually tracks. He's the model, Burrow's doing the he's the good look. He's got the, yeah, it tracks. I kind of like that. But yeah, just again, these I don't understand when I'm watching that Giants game that they don't just say, okay, guys, you just can't give a huge, we basically got this game. I just don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either. I mean, look at the end of the Broncos game in week 1 with the 4th and 8 call. And these things have gotten out of control.
I do again, I don't know if somebody's in their ear, well, this coach, the analytics are telling me.
Yeah, I think it absolutely is.
If you do this here. We did have a follow-up call about Russ from last week and the title of the episode. Where are we at here? Okay, here we are.
What's going on, Dirty Sports? This is Hunter from Michigan. Not calling with a question today, but calling on two topics. First and foremost, I want to take my flowers for calling in 2 years ago, equating Russell Wilson to Carmelo Anthony when he was on the Broncos. You probably don't remember, guys, but I called asking for advice from Joe because I said, and I quote, "When I feel and see Russell Wilson on my team, I feel the same way that Prano must have felt when Carmelo was running his team." So I just want my flowers for that. And I definitely agree with everything that has ever been said by Prano about Russell Wilson. Secondly, I am so loving being in Michigan right now, surrounded by all these sad, beaten, baby back bitch Lions fans. Oh my goodness. Fuck all of them. They deserve every bit of sadness that I hope that they will get this year. I will enjoy every instance of them losing because they deserve it. Their team has been shit. Their team has always been shit. Every single semblance of greatness that they've ever had, they've squandered. And in particular, the reason that I hate Lions fans is all of these dumb motherfuckers said Stafford was stupid, Stafford was terrible, and said good riddance and booed him out of Detroit. So fuck all of you. Eat your humble pie all season. I'm going to call a bunch about Lions. Fuck them.
Well, you're not calling this week because they put up 50 points, bro. Hunter.
I told you I saw a bounce back game.
Yeah, and we both agreed on this show. We were like, they're not winning 15 games again, but they have a good roster. They're making the playoffs. Like that's not a team. Like, well, let's just. I mean, again, two cities that kind of mirror each other in football futility. It's like the Bengals and Lions play in a few weeks. Here, it's like you think the Bengals
Whoever wins, we lose.
Yeah, it's like you think the Bengals defense wants to go against the Lions offense? Side note, I'm gonna laugh. I've been breaking all the news to Yoshi, who's just like living under a rock. But he's obsessed, right, with seeing Aaron Rodgers. And his thing was like, oh, I'll get to see Rodgers and Burrow play. I was like, Burrow's out like last night. He's like, really? And I said, Yoshi, I'm not trying to jinx anything, but like Rodgers is in his 40s.
Yeah.
There's a good chance Aaron Rodgers gets hurt before the October 16th game. Also, why'd you buy a red eye? Because I'm not picking you up from the airport at 1 a.m. day of game, bro.
Okay, wait. He gets in. He arrives to.
He changed his flight. He arrives. It's a Thursday night game, right? Yeah. So he arrives at 1 a.m.
Thursday morning
from New York.
That's so Yoshi. Also, who's doing the red eye to the Midwest? You do the red eye to the West Coast, you get there and it's the morning, or vice versa.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna leave New York at 11:30 p.m. so I can get into fucking Cincinnati at 1 a.m.
That's literally what he's doing. Yeah, it's Yoshi. By the way, fuck you. Speaking of fuck you, Bears. Took you to my pick 7. I thought, oh, you're going to bounce back 6.5. You're going to keep this. I mean,
didn't I tell you that one was going to be a fucking blowout?
Should have listened. I mean, I just like, again, the Packers.
I don't like it when teams have guys from the other team. I mean, I said the same thing about Falcons, Vikings.
Yeah, I picked Falcons. I was smart there.
But you got Kirk Cousins. It's like, oh, this is what their offense is.
McCarthy hasn't looked good though. I mean, even Collinsworth, who slurps everybody, he said last night, I was like, wow, Collinsworth taking a little dig. He's like, McCarthy's played 8 quarters. 7 of them have not been good.
Yeah.
He did 1 good quarter.
Now listen, he also hasn't played in a couple years, but
for sure.
In the stuff that I saw in watching, I watched a couple of the games at the end of his career. Like, I was just like, this is not. Now, I'm not saying he can't be a competent NFL quarterback, but I was like, this is what Minnesota is going to do. Minnesota, who has this thing, is going to go get this guy. That seems like a really weird one. Like, you would think it would be the complete opposite. You would think that they would want this like high volume passing quarterback from college to come in with the offensive guru that is Kevin O'Connell. They're like, oh, let's dial this back to play some fucking smash mouth football that he was playing in Michigan, where he throws for, in college, 12 for 19 for 170 yards.
Well, maybe they will. I mean, their D still has played pretty well.
Yeah.
They've actually been great under Flores. Is Nick Swartzen available?
No. He's not.
He can't play quarterback.
No.
Okay. Just put it out there.
Even though he looks remarkably similar to Sam Darnold.
Well, look, here's my thing. Once they had drafted McCarthy, I don't hate that they went with the rookie guy. You know, it's like,
no, I of course not. But I never understood the drafting the drafting of McCarthy there
in the first place.
That would seem weird. I was like, oh, McCarthy's going to get drafted. Like, I was like, oh, McCarthy going to the Bears. You know?
Oh yeah,
right. They're like, oh, he's going to wear 9. They're going to unretire Jim McMahon's number so he can wear it, and blah, blah, blah. Like. Now, obviously, the Vikings didn't have the chance to draft Caleb Williams, but just you would think that they made it work with Sam Darnold, who was kind of like the high-powered offense, throw all the time college guy. It just felt like a real.
They went 14. They went 14-3 last year, man.
Well, they're not going 14-3 this year.
No, but I think we forget that. It's like the team is there. They won 14 games.
I don't think McCarthy is going to be as bad as he's looked. Again, he had a full-ass year. He hadn't played football in 2 years. But it just never really seemed to – I just never understood the fit.
Okay, hypothetical question.
Yeah, sure.
Is Mike McDaniel the coach of the Dolphins middle of the year?
I don't know enough about the Dolphins organization to say whether or not they're just stupid enough to like keep going.
They're 0-2. They haven't looked good. Let's see when let's play a hypothetical with their bye week. When's their bye week? Yeah, it's basically middle of the year. He said on record he's not worried about his job.
Good. Well, one day closer to death.
That was him talking about it, right?
Yeah.
I was talking about the temperature, like you have a temperature kind of the teams. For me, just the biggest surprise again is the Colts. Because they're in that division.
Because you were sleeping on Daniel Dimes.
But I really wasn't. Remember you mocked me. I never said over for wins.
Yeah, I know.
You know what, dude? Speaking of that division, I think Trevor Lawrence is he's not good, man. I don't know. Just watching that game yesterday, not like I watched the Jags, right? But I was like, of course I'm going to have it on. I'm like, dude, he has some bad interceptions.
Trevor Lawrence is the reason I stopped. And listen, I'm not talking about Mel Kiper.
But they said he was such a sure thing.
That's what I'm saying. Forget Mel Kiper, who obviously is a bonehead. But Trevor Lawrence is why I stopped believing any of the hype that comes out of college. Because when Trevor Lawrence was in college, I was still kind of had my eye on college football a little bit. I watched a lot of Trevor Lawrence in college when he was at Clemson. And they were like, this is Peyton Manning, Andrew Luck shit. And I was just like, but why is it? I'm not saying he was a good player. But why is it? Why is it that? Like, I never saw that. I was just like, what? I'm not saying he's not going to be great in the NFL, but like, why are you guys saying Andrew Luck in college was insane, dude.
He's very good. Yeah.
He was running guys over. He was there when Stanford went from nothing to something. He was everything. He was smart. He was like, whatever, like Peyton Manning was obviously a fucking sure thing. I mean, just obviously the family thing, the Tennessee, like whatever. Like I never understood Trevor Lawrence is the guy because they don't do that every year.
No, they don't. You're right.
Now
like they didn't do that this year. Like you didn't hear Pete this year.
Now they did it. They did it a couple years ago with Caleb Williams and pretended that they didn't do it with Trevor Lawrence. They were just like, he's like the Peyton Manning, Andrew Luck, sure thing. And they were like, and Trevor Lawrence, right? You guys said that about Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. That is weird. They really did say like he was a sure thing. You because you really didn't hear that about a lot of guys.
I've heard about 3 people in my whole life:
Peyton,
Andrew Luck, and Trevor Lawrence. And then Caleb Williams, like half because I think some people got fucking cold feet because they whiffed on Trevor Lawrence.
I mean, Burrow, you kind of had it with Burrow.
Not in this. No, there's a lot of people that were like, he's only played 1 year. He's blah blah blah.
He played two for LSU.
Right. His team was stacked. Like people weren't like, he's a no doubt about it.
But by the way, that was a discussion I was getting into on text with my brother last night. And he's like, dude, you're out of your mind. I said, I'm not. I said, this is not a knock at Burrow. I say this all the time. I said, we don't know. We don't know what he is without alphas, dude. We just don't. You had Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase on that record-breaking LSU team. You come into the league, you have T. Higgins, you have AJ Green. Now, AJ Green's at the tail end of his career, but still, like that's a nice starting piece. Then the next year you have T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. I was like, this is not a knock at him. I'm just saying, to me, as like a talent evaluator, if you want to call it that, I don't know the level until you don't have guys. And we've seen that with the Bradys, the Mannings, the Rodgers, Josh Allen. I was like, that's all I'm saying, man. I'm not saying he's not great. And they all make each other better. Right? Same way Jerry Rice makes Montana better and vice versa. And you see it. I don't know. I just am like, it's not a dig to say you don't know. I know what Patrick Mahomes is. He's a guy without any receivers. Like, what the fuck is happening there, by the way?
Yeah.
I saw the stat they had won 17 straight one-score games. Now they've lost back-to-back.
Wow. It's a good stat.
Yeah, you know that was not sustainable. But even still, when I watch these games, I always feel like,
that's like Doug Peterson. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm going to get every 4th down I go for forever. My job is secure. I won the Super Bowl here, and I'm 100% on 4th downs. And then he woke up one day, and he was all of a sudden back to 47% on 4th downs because he went 2 full years going for it on 4th down, didn't get it, immediately got fired, went to the Jags, got fired again.
They're going to be tough out, the Eagles, though, man.
Yeah.
Like, how the Eagles won yesterday is how the Chiefs have been winning the last few years. Like, we'll make the plays when we have to. We'll play ugly. The difference of a running game. Like, to me, that's just like, you need a run. The Chiefs just don't have a running game ever. You need a running game at some point.
I'm an Eagles hater, but I still like what I've seen out of the Packers more. Adding Micah Parsons, the way their number one corners shutting people down, Josh Jacobs, Jordan Love. Obviously, they lost a dude to injury, the receiver, which people aren't talking about enough. I think that'll affect them. But right now, I like what I've seen from Green Bay more.
That's interesting. Than the defending Super Bowl champ.
You're talking about 2-week temperature. 2-week temperature.
Yeah. I think that's more your Eagles hate. Just
Okay.
going into your temperature.
Okay.
I mean, it'd probably be a toss-up for me.
You're talking about the Chiefs and the one-score games of the Eagles. Did the Eagles just win back-to-back one-score games?
Yeah, what was the final on that Cowboys game week 1?
28-24 or some shit like that, or 27-24 or
Yeah. I mean, Green Bay, don't get me wrong, like Green Bay looks
Green
good.
Bay's not playing one-score games because no one's scoring.
That's true. That's a good point. Green Bay's been more dominant. I won't argue that. That's a good point. They have, now that I think about it. I mean, maybe this is the year I go up to Lambeau.
Let me know. Let's do it.
You listening, guy on couch? He's in the same spot.
I don't know.
Oh, he's in Milwaukee, but
Yeah.
not right. Like, I don't know how far it is.
Sadly, Packers are at Giants this year.
You think those guys are just walking around town?
Probably.
Like Micah Parsons just like walking into like a Subway or some shit. He looks like the guy who'd eat at Subway.
I've never been to Green Bay, so I mean, obviously you see a lot on pictures, but like I don't even know what downtown Green Bay like. Downtown Green Bay feels like a place where a Subway doesn't even exist. Where they're like, oh, you mean the malt shoppy?
They're probably Blippies.
Yeah.
Isn't that like a Subway?
Blimpies.
Like a sandwich spot, isn't it?
Blimpies, yeah.
Blimpies? And Blippies or Blimpies?
Blimpies.
Sounds like something the girl gave me in college. Oh, she
Yeah.
gave me the Blimpies, man.
Extra meat.
Slept with the wrong girl, son.
Blimpie was a New York thing. I don't know where it started, but they used to have them in New York all the time.
They had one in downtown when I first moved to LA. They had one in downtown because I worked at those that 24-hour fitness that was underground. They
I
had
actually
one.
liked Blimpies. I was a Blimpies fan. Blimpies is like the old Blimpies. The guy who owns Blimpies is probably looking at fucking Jersey Mike's and the other one and fucking losing his goddamn mind.
Jimmy John's?
Yeah. It's like, that was me. And then Quiznos came in and started toasting shit, had cracked out hamsters, ruined my whole fucking vibe.
Oh yeah, they're give me something here. Oh yeah, they're just keeping on the decline. R.I.P. Blimpie. Not to be confused with the child star Blippy.
Exactly.
Who we've discussed who. Well, what a career from letting someone shit in his mouth to being just everywhere.
Somebody shit in his mouth?
And we discussed it on the show.
I don't remember.
I played the video. Did I play it? No, I couldn't play the video. It was like I don't know what you call that genre of like content creator.
Uh-huh. Oh, I remember now. Yeah. Yes.
And now he like couldn't be. He's like one of the top dogs.
Yeah.
Like you go into Target and like he's got his own toy line. Like that level. It's insane. There was bro, speaking of that, there was I don't like you don't follow this shit either. There was
is Daniel Jones Blippy? I mean, fans were just shitting in his mouth. Now he's 2-0. He's gonna start fucking selling 17 jerseys, calling him Indiana Jones.
Holy cow. YouTube comment section. Look up Blippy's net worth. This is an article from 9 months ago from Medium. So I don't know but whatever. $340 million. There was a huge YouTuber in Cincinnati last week. He's like one of the top live ones in the whole world.
Yeah.
I show speed.
Right.
Do you know this guy?
No. I mean, I know him. He did a stand-up thing at the Stand the other day, and they streamed it. And then the guy who brought him to stage, Aaron Berg, who's a comedian I know, was like, I was just on for 40 million people, which is insane.
He's like 45 million YouTube. Same for like Instagram, same for TikTok. He's from Cincinnati. He's 20 years old. So he's doing this live tour. Dude, I've never seen anything like this. He's doing a live tour, Prano, of just stream. Like he does 12 hours a day and just goes places. Like he came back to his high school in Cincinnati. He decides to go to a Gold Star.
Okay.
Dude, I start watching this live. His fans, dude, the age it's Michael Jackson hysteria. So the fans realize he's at this Gold Star, and they just let me just pull it up. I'm texting with like Gold Star's PR team and like their head of marketing, and I'm like, guys, do you realize what's happening? Like, this is let me just show you some of this stuff. You're gonna laugh, so you're gonna be like, what? But it goes to show these creators. Where is it? Because I pulled a bunch of stuff. Okay, so he goes into a Gold Star. All the fans show up, and then just chaos ensues because fans started jumping through the drive-through window, go on top of the roof. Then one fan
like see him.
Yeah, to see him. This is him in the Gold Star. Apparently, this is the thing he does. I don't know with his tongue. This is him with his fans. I'll show a couple of these. Look at them all waiting outside the Gold Star.
What the fuck is happening?
Bro, I don't know. Watch this. Then watch what this fan does. This is insane.
What's wrong with you? Oh, shit. Oh. Hey, get his ass.
So he is a full security. He's a full, watch this. He's got a full security team with him. This whole thing is insane. Then he goes outside. Watch what happens when he goes outside of the Gold Star. It's just, I can't get over just how wild this is.
You on the roof? How y'all get on the roof? Oh no, Ohio, what the hell, Ohio? Keep it clear. Man, Ohio. Back up.
Look at this.
I don't.
So let me put it this way. I Wikipedia'd him that night. I know I'm going to sound like an old boomer. And I still so he live streamed. I guess he started as a gamer.
Okay.
So he was one of the sideline reporters at the when they went on YouTube. Chargers, Chiefs. You know, they had sideline reporters and they picked big time YouTubers or whatever. He was one of them. 20-year-old kid from Cincinnati. I don't get. It was like a mob. Like, by the way, and those are just a couple clips. You literally see people during his live stream hopping through the drive-through window, coming through the back of the restaurant. It's just like,
is this good for you guys? I assume it is.
Oh, it's great. Because then there's
it does like, did he eat the chili while he was there?
No,
or
he did.
Or did he just have a window broken and then people diving off the roof?
No, it was great because he, yeah. Here, I'll just show you real quick. Like, you can't get any better than this. Like, this is what he said in the car afterwards.
Gold Star.
He kept singing the old song.
Now, how seriousness though? How was it really? Like what was the rating on it? I didn't hear your rating.
It's a 10 out of 10.
Oh.
It's huge for you guys.
Gold Star chili is a dead ass 10 out of 10.
Dead ass 10 out of 10.
Yes, it's the best chili to me.
So so obviously you can't, like you're saying, that many millions, you can't beat the press. And he blatantly was like, yo, I'm going to Gold Star. That's my the truth is Gold Star. I'll just call it, black people are more Gold Star. That's just how it's like, not to like break it down racially, but like it's true. Like in the city. Like more country folk and more black people love Gold Star. Skyline's kind of like the way more expensive, a little more hoity-toity.
Imagine considering yourself the hoity-toity chili on spaghetti fan. I would never eat at Gold Star.
It is weird though. It's true though.
My horse food on spaghetti shall be prepared only by Skyline. If there's one thing that says class, it's the thing that this chili restaurant is named after, the Cincinnati Skyline. Look at it. You can see it from up to hundreds of yards away. Is that the skyline behind the Bengals temporary tennis bubble? I believe that is our skyline.
You see what I'm dealing with now. I agree. You see what I'm dealing with. You see what I'm doing? You guys lost the Bengals. Cool, dude. Cool. Enjoy your $15 bobbleheads and no Joe Burrow again. Like, I don't know what to tell you, man. It is
Shall we bring a large box of conies to the club? I think we shall.
It's a weird world though, isn't it? Like, I know we're getting sidetracked here a little bit. The YouTube. It's
Welcome
just
back, Mr. Collinsworth. I see you have your small hot dogs covered in chili.
Like, I don't get it. I mean, the fan. I know he's global, and I know he does stuff with like Ronaldo, and like he's just like huge. But like, do I just sound like I'm not saying like I'm not saying like fuck this kid.
I feel like I've learned way too much about like dark internet culture in the last couple of days of this whole fucking shooting thing and all that.
Oh, you go so far down it. My brother sent me like a full 2 paragraphs, and I was just like, dude, I'm not.
But the one thing I'll say is like I've watched a ton of it and whatever, and it's like I feel the same way. And this is no attack on this streamer. What's his name? I Show Speed.
Yeah.
I Show Speed. But like the chronically online, it doesn't matter if it's a positive thing, it's the negative thing, it's whatever. You're just caught in your You're just caught in your thing.
Yeah.
It's a very narrow thing to be chronically online.
Well, that's what was, like was eye-opening to me was that he has a full-time security team. And like, you see the video, like that guy smashes his head on the restaurant window. Like, but then but then it is interesting because like he goes in the restaurant. And he's also like, he's doing a shtick too. He's telling people he's Ellie De La Cruz, and some people are believing him because he's in the Reds gear and the De La Cruz jersey. But it's just like, he's got a full security team, and then he sits down.
Like, I'm Ellie De La Cruz, and they're like, he doesn't speak English. So let's get a no from you. Mi amo Ellie. All right, a little better. Also, you don't look 6'5".
Oh, hey, little dude. And then I watched, like, of course, then I had to like watch, like, then he goes in his tour bus and the camera just stays on. Like, he's sleeping and the camera's on him. It's a crazy.
And somebody's at home, like, eating their chili, and they're like, well, he's going to wake up at some point. I got to be here for it. And they're like, his dad's like, go outside. He's asleep, Dad. I'm getting a break. He's going to wake up at some point, though.
Yeah. I laughed. I laughed because somebody was like, should we get I don't care. I'll say it. Somebody was like, this is going to all be in like local press. Should we get a quote from our CEO? And I wrote back, I go, you think our 65-year-old CEO, who I love, by the way, of Gold Star, I was like, do you think he knows about YouTube, let alone I Show Speed? Like I don't know about this dude.
You should have laid into his boomerism, and you should have been like, you should have gotten this thing from him. He's like, I heard Ellie De La Cruz stop by one of our locations today. How exciting!
Speaking of Ellie De La Cruz, well, Red's gonna red. You guys are maintaining that little lead there.
Fucking somehow
on the Giants.
Well, Pete Alonso came through yesterday. Huge 3-run walk-off home run. Now, just the day before, just one day before, our boy Jack and Trackstar dropped their Pete Alonso episode. Coincidence?
Oh, wow.
I don't know. We shall see.
How'd that go? I haven't seen
The
it.
Trackstar bump. It was great. It was fantastic. And then he dropped one with Wyclef today, which was like, fuck, Wyclef's I commented on him, like, Wyclef, underrated musical genius.
Musical genius.
100%.
I don't know much about Wyclef.
Like crazy.
I saw him live in my college.
Yeah. Crazy talented, crazy. Like the Fugees are is Wyclef like hiring people to do. Like, listen, Lauryn Hill has a great voice and Praz is a person. But
yeah.
But like the Fugees were a mega machine when they came out, and that was all Wyclef's playing all instruments, producing all that stuff. He comes out, he's doing all kinds of different genres of music. Wyclef's an underrated musical genius. And he had an episode too. So fuck, man, Jack's getting all the stars.
Just two albums, huh? That was it for them?
Fugees, yeah.
I was in the 8th grade when the Score came out. I just remember how big that was.
Massive.
So big. It's a good album, dude.
Really good.
It is a good album. Well, she's kind of crazy, right?
Yeah. Shows up late, hates white people.
Like, doesn't show up at all sometimes.
Yeah.
She's like, fuck it. I'm not doing that. I mean, Praz had his Ghetto Superstar.
Yeah.
Wasn't that like this one song?
Yeah. From the Bulworth soundtrack.
I kind of want to rewatch that.
Bulworth?
Yeah.
It's good.
Who's on that? Maya with him?
Yeah.
I think she used to mess with Method Man.
Okay.
Look at me going back on my 90s rap pop culture. I
Did you see that Method Man clip I shared the other day on my Instagram? Him talking about what inspired different verses in the original song Method Man, which is on 36 Chambers. It's pretty good. He was like talking about, I mean, when you listen to it, if you're musically knowledgeable, you kind of picked up on all these things. But what was amazing was he was like, I didn't really know. Like, he wasn't like specifically referencing it. He's referencing it from like sound, but not being like, oh, this is going to be a shout out to here, let me see if I have it here. It's pretty awesome. It's just like one of those things where like that, it was such a good song, and it was like, yeah, that's just finally hear him talking about it. Here, let me see if I got it. If not, I'll send it to you later. God damn it. Take a lot of fun.
What is he up to? Is he acting?
Method Man?
Yeah.
I assume so.
I haven't heard his name too much.
Yeah. I'll send it to you later.
Okay.
For you to enjoy yourself.
Well, I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
Well, let's go through the games. Was there anything else that jumped out at you as like, I mean,
no.
Bill smashed the Jets.
Yeah, you and I both called that.
Chargers game tonight.
I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
I took the Raiders again in my pick 7 as well. That half point. I don't like the 2 Monday Night Footballs. I'll say that. I just like.
You know why I don't like the 2 Monday Night Footballs? Because Monday night is about Eli and Peyton for me at this point.
Yeah. What did they say last week? I was laughing. I agree. It's so much better without Bill Belichick. That I didn't like that for a full season last year.
Yeah.
It's
Bill Murray greater than Bill Belichick.
Oh, Bill Murray was great last week, man.
Yeah, sadly I missed it, but I saw some clips. But
He was great.
Yeah. Got a late start on last week.
You know, I like guys like Bill Murray because they're also genuinely interested in asking questions to those guys, right? Like I've noticed when they have certain guests, they'll be like, "Hey, man, when you were on this play or on this team, like what was going through you?" Like people who are genuinely interested in football, but also just like their line of work.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think the second game, I think when there's 2 Monday Night Football games and one of them's clearly worse, it should be David and Derek Carr doing the Eli Manning.
That'd be so boring.
It's just the Christian version of Eli and Peyton.
Like Saquon, like, and this isn't a dig at Saquon. Like Saquon was on, but I'm just like, you're not interesting. And again, that's not a dig at him.
Yeah.
He's just such a good football player. But I was like, in my head, I was like, just bring Bill back, man. Like Saquon's fine, but like,
and Randy Moss was great.
Randy was great. Started that Charlie Sheen documentary last night.
Oh, nice.
I had no clue he grew up with Sean Penn.
Oh, you didn't?
I had no clue.
Samo High.
I had no clue they were boys. Yeah, I'll be curious to watch it.
And Emilio, obviously.
Yeah. I never, and they haven't gotten to it. I don't know if they will. Like, I never understood why he kept his name.
Why Emilio Estevez kept his name? And,
yeah, his birth name.
Yeah.
Brittany could knock it over that his real name is Carlos. She's like, his name is Carlos Estevez? I was like, yeah. Spanish name. Like, his name's Carlos?
Played baseball at Samo High.
Yeah, I knew that.
That's where he got his major league chops.
And then he did a bunch of roids.
Yeah.
All right, well, we have a hotline. What is it? 859-832-0478.
You can follow me on social media at Joe Prano everywhere. Speaking of Charlie Sheen, we are here on Substack. If you're listening to this on Substack, if you subscribe to us on Substack, my other show, Jay Moore, more stories, just started a Substack, and we are going to be doing episodes dropping early. So tomorrow's episode usually comes out on Handsome Tuesday with Frank Caliendo. Has already dropped on Substack. And speaking of Charlie Sheen, with Charlie Sheen's documentary out, every Thursday, we're going to do archives from the old More Stories. Last week, we had Kevin Pollak on the show, so we dropped his original appearance on our Thursday archived episode. And this week, since Charlie Sheen's documentary is out, we're going to drop the episode with Jay Moore and Charlie Sheen. So if you're interested, if you've listened to me on More Stories, or if you just like Jay, he's got a fantastic archive of shows. He got some great guests back in the day, and we're going to be releasing them on Substack on Thursday. So subscribe to More Stories, Jay Moore 37 on Substack. And yeah. Listen.
Do they have a relationship at all?
Not that I know of. He texted him the other day to come back on.
Yeah,
because I had mentioned it. I was listening to Bill Simmons. Bill Simmons said he declined having Charlie Sheen on, which I found interesting.
Why?
He hinted at doesn't feel like he's a great guy. And I mentioned that today. I was like, Bill Simmons declined. Maybe we should. And he texted him, and he was just like, I think he did Rogan the other day. Seems like he's doing the rounds. So I think he declined. I think he declined or didn't decline, but I think he said he's a little busy to come on our show, which I get it. We're just getting back on our feet, but it's growing, and it's growing fast. So subscribe to the More Stories podcast on YouTube and on Substack and all that.
He would be a great guest.
Yeah.
I mean, all the stories. I mean, he's damn near 60. He is 60.
Yeah.
Make you feel old, man.
It's crazy.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on Friday. Have a great week. And as always, stay